I was 16 this summer, everything changed. Back then, I thought my life was pretty ordinary, just high school, basketball practices, hanging out with friends, and complaining about homework. I never imagined that a moment of kindness towards someone's mom would alter the way I looked at responsibility, compassion, and even the way I viewed family. My best friend was Jason. We had been close since middle school, the kind of friends who could sit in silence and still feel comfortable. Jason lived in a small but cozy white house at the end of a quiet street. His mom, Mrs. Miller, though she always told us to call her Linda, was one of the warmest people I'd ever met. She had a smile that could make you feel like you belonged, even if you were just another kid eating pizza in her living room. One particular week, Jason had gone away to visit his grandparents in another state. He had invited me, but my parents said no because my little sister had her ballet recital, and they wanted me to be there. So Jason left, and I stayed behind, figuring I'd just spend a boring week shooting hoops alone. On the second day of his trip, I stopped by his house to drop off a book he had asked me to return. I figured his mom would be there, and I didn't want the book cluttering my backpack. When I knocked, Linda opened the door, and I immediately noticed something different. She didn't look like her usual cheerful self. Her hair was a little messy, and her smile seemed tired. "Oh, hey, Ryan," she said softly, her voice warm but strained. "You can come in." I stepped inside, holding out the book. "This is Jason's. I figured I'd just leave it here for him." She took it and set it on the kitchen counter. That's when I noticed she was limping slightly. I frowned. "Are you okay?" Linda sighed, glancing down at her ankle. "I slipped in the backyard this morning. It's not broken, but it's sore. And of course, Jason's not here, and there's a million things to do." I hesitated, not sure if I should ask. "Do you need help with something?" She looked at me with a half smile, almost embarrassed. "I'll pretend you're just helping me. Honestly, I could use an extra pair of hands, but I don't want to trouble you." That line stuck with me. "I'll pretend you're just helping me." It wasn't about pretending, though. She really did need help, and something inside me told me it was the right thing to stay. So I did. That afternoon, I helped her carry laundry baskets up and down the stairs since she was struggling with her ankle. I fixed the wobbly chair leg in the dining room that she had been meaning to repair for months. I even helped cook dinner, something I was terrible at, but we laughed through it together when I burned the first batch of garlic bread. Over the next few days, I stopped by more often. At first, it was just to check if she needed anything. But soon, it became routine. She'd be sitting at the kitchen table with her cup of tea, and I'd come in, asking, "Okay, what's the mission today?" She would laugh and assign me little tasks, watering plants, carrying groceries, vacuuming. Sometimes, we'd just sit and talk. She told me stories about when Jason was little, how he used to collect toy dinosaurs and insist on carrying them everywhere, even to church. I told her about my own family, how my dad worked long hours and my mom was always juggling too much. It felt like she wasn't just Jason's mom anymore. She was someone who trusted me, confided in me, and looked at me as more than just her son's friend. And I realized something: adults could feel lonely too. One evening, when I was about to leave, she stopped me at the door. "Ryan," she said softly, "I don't know what I would have done without your help this week. I'll pretend you were just helping me, but really, you've been keeping me from feeling alone." Her words hit me in a way I didn't expect. I had never thought about what it meant to be there for someone, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. By the time Jason came back, his mom was walking better, and the house was in much better shape than when he left. He didn't know the half of what those days had meant, but Linda and I shared a quiet understanding. She smiled at me in a way that told me she would never forget. Years later, I still think about that summer. It was the first time I realized that small acts of kindness could leave a mark on someone's heart. It wasn't about being a hero or doing something huge. It was about showing up, listening, and caring when someone needed it most.